Okay, you guys, here we go. Week 2. How are things going? I hope you are enjoying the content. Please let me know if you have questions. You can always comment below on each of these posts. There is a spot for you to engage in each of these, and I do see those things. So please don't be shy to ask your questions, to comment things to your community members, and also make sure that you are taking advantage of the community. Go over there, talk about the things that you're learning here, offer ideas, suggestions. I will do my best to maybe make a post in there occasionally so that you guys can interact on those as well. But today and this week, we are going to spend the next 7 days intentionally focusing on gratitude. If you don't or haven't heard of all of the things around with the why of having a intentional mind of gratitude. Now, I'm not saying you're going to have some big gratitude practice that we're going to implement, but here's the deal. Any little thing is going to have impact. Like we talked on our first week's coaching call, it's that critical mass piece of moving the ship in a different direction. So being more mindful of choosing gratitude, because here's the deal, you guys. Today's video is all about the why and the how, but the reality is your perception is your reality. If I choose to perceive the glass as half full, it is half full. But if I choose to see the glass half empty, it is half empty. And both of those realities are true. So let's choose a reality that has way better effects. Science, you guys, I'm just going to read this to you because I've been studying a lot there's science on these things. People have studied what gratitude does to you. Listen to this. People who intentionally cultivate gratitude show greater neural sensitivity in the medial prefrontal cortex. We talk about the prefrontal cortex all the time, you guys. This is one of my favorite passions, is talking about the prefrontal cortex, a brain region associated with learning, rational thinking, and decision making. Well, heck, I want my prefrontal cortex to have greater neural sensitivity to me having rational thinking and good decision making and learning. Yeah, I'll take that. So this says Ellie Cobb, PhD, a holistic psychologist and the director of psychology for Thinkful, a social enterprise and lifestyle brand focused on gratitude. Science shows we can train ourselves to experience thankfulness more often simply by paying attention to our lives differently. Hello, week 1. Attention is like a spotlight in the brain, as whatever we repeatedly bring attention to becomes stronger and brighter over time. Hello, these people, they're reading my mind. They're saying the same thing, right? The more we choose to intentionally get out of the rut that we've been in and pop the wheel out of it and get it going in a different direction, it's going to have greater effect overall in our life. So the takeaways today, you guys, that piece of understanding that I want you to get is that our reality is our perception. And we'll get into this maybe some other day when we talk about relationships. And, nobody's right. You both have a perception of the same situation that is different because your lens through which you see the world, your trauma, your experiences, your baby Becky, all that is playing out in how you see things. We are going to redirect her in a way that serves you well and keeps you in alignment with who God needs you to be. Because we know gratitude, there's also stuff out there that talks about how it boosts your immune system, it helps you sleep better, you have more positive emotion. I know we touched on that very brief in our coaching call, but one of the things is our brains are super powerful in the things that we're thinking lead to the feelings that we're having. The feelings that we're having lead to more negative or positive feelings. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. But the thing that I want you to focus on this week, grab the PDF. This doesn't have to be some big elaborate thing that you do, but find a moment in every day to intentionally write it down or say it out loud. 5 different things that you're grateful for. There's going to be a bunch of other PDFs too. If you're in premium, you're going to have access to some more detailed things where you could just like checklist. Yep. But be watching for In future weeks too, we're going to keep on this theme of how do we guide our brain into getting it to work in the way that we want it to go. This piece is very powerful, especially when you're like, I want to kill my kids, I'm going to kill my husband, I'm going to, whatever. What I want you to do, we're working on all sorts of different things here. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed, but in that moment, sometimes it's the breath work that we are going to work on. You guys, so many things going on, right? Taking a breath. So you've got your breathing tool in your toolbox. The next thing in your toolbox is going to be this gratitude piece. Sometimes when you're in a real difficult way, or you're real agitated, or you're real angry, I'm not going to lie, it's hard for me to go to grateful. That's why you need to strengthen this muscle now, so that when you get in those real difficult moments, she can go to bat for you, and you can pull yourself out with some of those things that even when you don't feel it, you do not feel like saying, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, whatever. You have that grit in you because you have worked that muscle repeatedly over time. You've shifted the needle in the other direction instead of in the critical negative direction. Okay, so this is the work that is like the gym work. This is the workout routine to get your muscles strengthened. So in that moment, when you have to pick the car up off the ground because there's, a pet underneath, or I don't know, that's probably really a graphic, wrong thing to say. But you have the muscle to do it, is the point. That your muscles have been exercised so that you can apply it in those difficult moments where you're struggling to get out of bed for the day, or your anxiety is debilitating you. You can shift your brain from the spiral downward that it's on, grab hold of one of these tools because you've practiced it, right? You know the dance, you know the workout routine, you know the steps to get yourself in that different direction. Does that make sense? Let me know what questions you have, you guys. It doesn't have to be any big thing. One of the prompts in the PDFs is sort of like categories. So you can, it'll say people, things, promise. Promise is like, I like these ones that are like things that, for me, my faith is really important to me. So a lot of it is just going to be biblical. Like the promise that I know that God has plans to prosper me and not to harm me, to give me a hope in a future. Some of those sorts of things, but also, the grateful for the process, right? This is building character and strength and guts in me to do something I've never done before. That's a promise for the future that I believe and I trust, and I'm thankful for the work that's being done and the fruit that is on the other side of this. So that's kind of the promise one. And what is the other fourth one, you guys, that I put on your sheet for you in the PDF? I don't have it straight in front of me. Oh, pleasure. Okay, so this one is like it can be the simplest things, you guys, like the simplest things. So when you take week one's noticing thing and you're becoming more consciously moving through your life and attuned, you will, again, it's in regard to spoiler alert, I'm giving you what the video for Thursday is going to be about, but it's about engaging the body. But this is, I'm not talking about like exercise and working out, but the thing that could be the pleasure thing, and like this coming to mind for me right now, I haven't had a Starbucks in a long time. When I enjoy that first sip off my Americano, like that's pleasure for me, and I'm grateful for that. Like finding even the smallest thing to like really fully experience it and appreciate it. But my video for Thursday is about engaging the body, and I talk in that one about just being present, engaging your body in the process of even eating and mindfully eating and engaging in that process can be also here in video one, a gratitude. Okay, so it doesn't have to be any big extreme pleasure thing, but something that made you feel good, that you enjoyed in the day. You read from your favorite book, or your favorite song came on the radio on your way to work. I mean, the tiniest little things, you guys, write those down and train your brain to think in that way so that on the real rough days, your brain can go to bat for you and pull you out of that deep rut or not allow you to stay there as long. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope this has been helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, below in the comments, or you can go into the community and engage over there as well. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye, girls.